Have you ever wondered just how different a baby's body is from your own? I mean, beyond the obvious size difference. What if I told you that babies have more bones than you do? Or that their heads are proportionally massive for a very specific and brilliant reason? Stick around, because today we're diving deep into 10 mind-blowing differences between baby and adult bodies. And hey, if you love learning fascinating facts like these, do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss out on our next adventure. Let's jump right in with number 10, the skeletal system. It's a classic trivia question, but it's true. A newborn baby is born with around 300 bones. An adult, we have just 206. So where do all those extra bones go? They don't just vanish. Instead, many of these bones are actually soft cartilage that gradually fuses together as the child grows. Think about the skull, for instance. A baby's skull isn't one solid piece. It's made up of several plates with soft spots, called fontanelles, in between. This clever design allows the baby's head to be more flexible, making it easier to pass through the birth canal. Over time, these plates fuse together to form the solid skull we have as adults. The same process happens in the hands, feet, and other parts of the body, as cartilage ossifies or turns into bone, and separate pieces join forces. It's a beautiful example of how our bodies are designed to adapt and grow. Coming in at number 9 is something that keeps new parents up at night: the sleep cycle. Adults typically have a sleep cycle that lasts about 90 minutes, cycling through different stages, including the deep restorative sleep and REM, or rapid eye movement sleep, where we do most of our dreaming. Babies, on the other hand, have much shorter sleep cycles, lasting only about 50 to 60 minutes. They also spend a much larger proportion of their sleep time, about 50% in REM sleep. Compare that to adults, who spend only about 20% of their sleep in the REM stage. Why is this? Scientists believe this intense REM sleep is crucial for the incredible brain development happening in the first few months and years of life. It's during this time that the brain is forming vital neural connections, processing everything it has learned during its short time awake. So, while it feels like they wake up constantly, it's all part of a master plan for building a brilliant brain. Next up, at number 8, let's talk about tears. Have you ever noticed that a newborn can scream their little lungs out, get red in the face, and look like they're in complete distress, but there are no actual tears rolling down their cheeks? That's because while babies are born with tear ducts, they aren't fully developed yet. They produce enough moisture to keep their eyes lubricated and healthy, but not enough to form the teardrops we associate with crying. This tearless crying can last for the first few weeks or even a couple of months. So when you finally see that first real tear, it's actually a tiny developmental milestone. It means their tear ducts have matured and are now open for business. For our 7th point, let's look at the head specifically, its proportion to the rest of the body. A newborn baby's head is enormous compared to its body. It accounts for about a quarter of their total body length. If an adult had the same proportions, our heads would be gigantic. This is because, at birth, the brain is one of the most developed organs. A baby's brain is already about 25% of its future adult weight. By age 2, it's about 80% of its adult size. The body, however, has a lot of catching up to do. This top-heavy design is why babies have such wobbly heads at first and need us to support them. Their neck muscles simply aren't strong enough to hold up that big, beautiful brain. As they grow, their body grows faster than their head, and eventually the proportions even out to the familiar adult ratio of about 1/8 of our total height. At number 6, we have the sense of taste. You might think a baby's palate is a blank slate, but they are actually born with a highly developed sense of taste. In fact, babies have more taste buds than adults do. These taste buds are not just on their tongue, but also on the sides, back, and roof of their mouth. This heightened sense of taste is why they have such strong preferences. They are naturally drawn to sweet tastes, which is no surprise since breast milk is naturally sweet. This preference helps ensure they get the calories they need to grow. Conversely, they often show a strong aversion to bitter or sour tastes, which, from an evolutionary perspective, could be a protective mechanism to avoid potentially toxic or spoiled foods. As we age, some of these taste buds die off and are not replaced, which might explain why our tastes can change and we might start enjoying foods we disliked as children, like broccoli or Brussels sprouts. Let's move on to number 5, Breathing patterns. If you've ever watched a baby sleep, you might have noticed their breathing can seem a little erratic. They might breathe quickly for a few seconds, then pause for up to 5 or even 10 seconds, and then start breathing again. This is called periodic breathing, and while it can be alarming for new parents, it's completely normal for newborns. Their respiratory control center in the brain is still maturing. As adults, our breathing is regular and automatic, controlled by a finely tuned system. Babies are still getting the hang of it. They are also obligate nose breathers for the first few months. This means they naturally breathe only through their noses, not their mouths. This is a clever adaptation that allows them to breathe and feed at the same time without choking. As they get older and their respiratory system develops, this periodic breathing smooths out, and they learn to breathe through their mouths as well. At number 4, we find a fascinating difference in body composition. Baby fat. Babies are born delightfully chubby for a very important reason. Brown fat is a special type of fat that is packed with mitochondria, the energy factories of our cells. Its primary job is not to store energy, but to generate heat. Since babies can't shiver effectively to warm themselves up like adults can, this brown fat acts as their personal built-in central heating system. It helps them regulate their body temperature in the new, colder world outside the womb. This special fat is typically located around the neck, back, and shoulders. As children grow and develop other ways to stay warm, like shivering and increased muscle mass, most of this brown fat disappears. Number 3 on our list is all about the knees. Here's a fun fact: babies are born without kneecaps. Well, not exactly. They are born without bony kneecaps. What they have instead is a soft piece of cartilage in the place where the patella, or kneecap, will eventually be. This makes perfect sense when you think about it. A baby spends a lot of time crawling, and soft, cartilaginous knees are much better for bumping and scooting around on the floor. A hard, bony kneecap could be injured more easy. This cartilage gradually ossifies, turning into the hard, bony kneecap we know, usually between the ages of 2 and 6. So, next time you see a toddler taking a tumble, you can be a little less worried about their knees. They're literally built for it. For our difference number 2, let's talk about the heart. A baby's heart beats much faster than an adult's. A newborn's resting heart rate can be anywhere from 120 to 160 beats per minute. For comparison, a healthy adult's resting heart rate is typically between 60 and 100 beats per minute. Why the incredible speed? It's all about efficiency. A baby's heart is small, and their overall blood volume is low. To pump enough oxygen-rich blood to their rapidly growing body, and especially their developing brain, the heart has to beat much more frequently. Their metabolic rate is also through the roof. They are growth machines, after all. As the child grows, their heart becomes larger and more efficient, and their resting heart rate gradually slows down, eventually settling into the adult range during their teenage years. Finally, at number 1, let's explore the world of vision. A baby's vision is one of the last senses to fully develop. When they're born, the world is a blurry, grayscale place. They are very nearsighted and can only focus on objects that are about 8 to 12 inches away. Coincidentally, the perfect distance to see the face of the person holding them. Their ability to perceive color is also limited at first. While they can see high contrast patterns, it takes a few months for their color vision to fully mature, with reds and greens being some of the first colors they can distinguish. Their depth perception and ability to track moving objects with their eyes also develop over time. By about 8 months old, their vision is much closer to an adult. This gradual development is why high-contrast black and white toys are so captivating for newborns, and why they seem to suddenly discover their hands and feet as their vision sharpens. It's a slow-mo motion reveal of the vibrant world around them. So there you have it. In incredible ways, a baby's body is fundamentally different from ours, from having more bones and special heat-generating fat to tearless cries and super-speedy heartbeats. The human body's journey from infancy to adulthood is nothing short of miraculous. Each of these differences is a brilliant adaptation designed to help a tiny, vulnerable human survive and thrive in their first few months and years of life. It really gives you a new appreciation for the complexities of human development, doesn't it? What did you find most surprising? Let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thank you so much for joining me today on this journey through human biology. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more cool things about the world we live in, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you're the first to know when we post a new video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.